Hi there, welcome to another video. It's weekend, so let's see what we have been trading last week and what we will be trading for the next week. Let's hunt for some opportunities. And as always, here's the disclaimer. Make sure you understand what trading is and what you're getting involved to. There is involved risk, so make sure you understand what those risks are and how you of course invest your money and make sure you understand what you are doing. Also, if you like what I'm doing, please like, subscribe and comment below. Happy to see some questions which I can integrate in my videos. For now, I want to start off with something different, a little bit different than the forex market. This is the Nasdaq, and this is the hourly chart, and I just want to show you, which I showed on Instagram as well, that this was the kind of price action that I really like, and that's why I had 4 trades in this, and 4 trades that moved from this, let's say 93.30 to this is almost 120 point moves every time. This is 100, I think. So if you trade, for example, Nasdaq, and you trade a lot size and all those things combined, that make 1 tick actually $1. That would mean that you started off the week making 100 to 120, here 100, 120, so that's a 240, and then 100, 100. It's almost $500 with simple price action. No fancy stuff. It's just the way the market is moving. We had some kind of correction after this phase. This was something similar where I traded all those pullbacks. It broke through. I waited out a pullback. This turned out to be support. I got in, and I had my trade. Then of course I waited for a pullback, which touched the previous resistance and is now support. Again, I got in and I got out, so that was another move. Then we continue to move higher. I don't trade at that moment. I wait for the first pullback. Got in and made me some money. I don't know exactly which ones I got in or which ones I missed or whatever, but just to show you that there were a lot of opportunities. Then eventually we had this correction again. We were still trading to the upside, and I got my profit probably within the range. Again, pullback, another one, and then probably around this area over here I was looking for an entry, could be, and then I had my support at previous support, and we fell through. So let's say we had 4 trades, and let's $400, and then finally I got out here at minus, let's say 30 or something, because the structure broke. It kept falling, and then I was looking for a new direction. No need to be thinking this is going all the way to the basement, but you know, it's just a deeper correction. That's what's going on here. Then we had this consolidation, a break further, some more consolidation, then that we actually broke above this consolidating phase back into this area over here, and then finally we started to move again. So now we are in this trading phase again. These kind of structures are a bit tough to trade, because probably you think you're getting into the market around this area with a stop around there. It's kind of a bit choppy because we have a new low around here. But finally we had ourselves some clear structures and really rallying up into this. And to be honest, I had a lot of trades in the Nasdaq and also some European markets as well, because of the way price is moving. This is the German DAX. I also hunt for opportunities on this market. We also had the same deeper correction on this one, and then finally it started trending. I don't zoom in a lot, but I often zoom into the 15-minute charts to find my entries over here. So I think I took a couple of trades in this. This was just kind of similar to the Nasdaq. We were moving in this range. We broke out, and finally I think I got myself a position around here, which is the 13.6, let's say 6,700, and then finally it ran to the it got me this is the 6.5, something like that. Okay, well I think it got me 2 times 100 from this as well. So it's just like I live in Europe, so I try to pick something in the European market, and if the time is there, I hunt for some opportunity later on, and just grabbing me a couple of hundreds every week. So this is kind of a scalping strategy, maybe, I think, or a lower time frame swing trading strategy. I can tell you guys more about that if you're interested, but just to show you that trading should not be that complex. Another one I trade a lot is the France index. We had this correction. We have this clear structure of the move lower, lower high. This was actually channel, so we had ourselves a moving price within the channel, but we did break through, found support, but another move never came. So after this support area turned resistance, price tanked, and we really broke out. So this was, of course, a really signal that things were moving up again. And then we had ourselves some minor pullback into a moving average, and then things kept going. And then I prefer actually these aggressive trading markets are sometimes a bit hard because it's tough to find areas to get your supports. But this is great. I really got into this. I remember that at the lower side broke and I took my profit within this range. Then again we broke out, had this beautiful pullback, and then around Thursday or Wednesday, I don't know when it was, I got in again and I had a nice ride from let's say 60-40, and I got out at 60, let's say 90. So this it's a 50 and a 50 in the European session, making 100, and then one more trade in the Nasdaq, and that's up to 250 a day. So that's pretty good. I had some time this week, so that's, you know, you need to be behind your chart to you need to be behind the charts to get in those entries, but you know, it's interesting. Let's switch to the forex part for now, which of course the same rules apply. So that is not that different from what we're looking at right now. I want to start off with the dollar index. Let's see where that is at right now. The continuation to the upside has still been going on. Oh, okay, so all those breakouts, let's get it on a daily so we get the bigger picture here. We had this breakout here, but it turned out to be a fake out, and we are now back into the channel officially. Dollar is moving strong. We're all the way to the upside. There's no reason or no doubt anymore that we had in this area. This 100% bullish. So let's see what that is on the charts. For the US dollar related pairs, we have the euro dollar, which of course had a fake out as well. Very aggressive sell off. We are 100% bearish, but now here's the but. Those things we see over here are very, very aggressive price moves, and of course that what goes up, what comes down must come up as well. So we sooner or later will see a correction in this. I'm not adding positions to this move over here, but look at the beautiful 1 hour chart over here. So it's similar to what I was telling you on the Nasdaq, of course. This is a great move. Very clear consolidation phases, very clear pullbacks, very clear lower lows, lower highs. So this is beautiful. Of course, if we can see a break, we will see continuation. If we see some consolidation first and then finally some breaks and moving back up, we can call it an official reversal, and we are up for a correction. You can trade the correction if you're comfortable doing that. Yeah, well, you know, if you want to add a trend line on this, in this case, would make sense. This is very steep move. So a lot of times people wanna really know what should I do at the moment. I am not adding any short positions except on maybe on a hourly time frame, but you know, this move has been going on quite obviously for quite a while, so it's not my favorite pick. Let me see how the Great British Pound is behaving. This is something that's more interesting. We had this bullish move. We had this breakout. We had the Brexit is now past us. So we are. I'm gonna get this arrow a little bit higher, so it's not gonna affect our decision making here. Of course, huge consolidation. Now finally this trend line is coming in, and we are seeing, I'm expecting actually a bounce off of here and a continuation finally to the upside. Let's see how that looks on the 1 hour chart. do we actually have that already? Yes, we do. We have ourselves a bullish pattern on the hourly time frame at a level on a bigger time frame that makes sense. So I think we put some more information on here. Of course, as long as the structures are in place, make sure you understand where the support and resistance levels are. Also, when you zoom in a little bit to the hourly time frame, this is at the moment bullish. So this is more interesting to me, to start looking what price will do over here to make a real continuation to the upside. Then the US dollar Swiss franc. Yes, we were moving in this channel for quite a while. We broke out finally, touching all the way down, making this double bottom pattern. And this one is something I pointed out last week. Breakout the trend line, huge correction, forming a double bottom, and then finally a second rejection, skyrocketing this price back up into at least this level. So I think price is gonna find some trouble at this resistance level here that has acted as a support level for such a long time. Also a move that is far off. So not really jumping in at the moment. So if I would consider picking a trade, of course I need to zoom in to this time frame here. We see a support area, the support of this consolidation. Then we had this consolidation actually, and we fell back into the previous support for a minute, really continuing to the upside. Remember this, the 60-minute chart, so the fact that this support got broken does not right away mean that this is a reversal. Matter of fact, not at all actually. So on the bigger time frame, it would have been something different. But we have ourselves a move. We are going to the upside. It's not a reversal yet, but make sure you understand where price is at when it comes to the bigger time frame support and resistance levels. So let's see. This is also an interesting one. Australian dollar. Again, we are back at this bottom again for the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th time, I think. Price is forming some kind of a double bottom. This is very close next to each other. We really need a clear break of the trend line and a clear break. This is actually the last high. This is kind of a double pattern, and this is consolidation because it never broke this high. So this is not a new high yet. We are in the middle of it all. So let's see a break of this level first, and maybe this will be the beginning of the first higher low followed by a higher high, and then we have, from price action perspective, we have ourselves a reversal. This is the second one, second dollar related pair that is on my watch list because of that fact. Let's go into this huge correction, fake out, huge correction. This is not there yet, if you ask me. There is more room to the downside, and if we need to break these levels over here. So this is not it actually broke through this support, coming back to retest it kind of. This is not my favorite setup, other than maybe a continuation, but not there yet for a reversal. This is huge consolidation as well. It is likely that we are getting a bounce off of this trend line once more, moving into this resistance and this resistance trend line. So the range where the US dollar, Canadian dollar is moving in is getting smaller and smaller. So I would prefer to wait before we get some direction. Is this gonna break to the top, or is this gonna break down lower first? That's what I want to see. A lot needs to happen before we can call that, so that's not my favorite trade as well. Then yes, it's one of those things. Again, this is when did this start? Somewhere in September. So this is a almost 5 months consolidation. Not my favorite pick here, other than zooming in. The only thing I would consider from here on out is the fact that we are back in this area again. If we take out this support level and we continue to move lower, that would be something I would consider to take a trade in. But there are better ones out there. I just pointed out 3. So you know, it looks like a reversal pattern. Not there yet, but if you want to trade that, okay, I would use a range trade for this only. Then one of my favorites, the Euro Swiss franc. Huge move again. at a very important level. So here it is where I was watching a couple of times last week. It's kind of looking like it is reversing a little bit already. So if we could see some continuation at the beginning of next week, I would consider starting to take on some positions in this forex pair, of course. Euro, Great British Pound, interesting. It's just interesting to see how reversals do not just happen. This was the first consolidating period. Then we had a breakout I did not necessarily expect. We came back, moved in the same area. Now again we are doing an attack on this lower level down here. So I'm not trading this. I'm really looking for the official reversal. So if this continues, if this turns around, that's something I wanna take. I think last week I did some euro pairs, some British pairs. So let's for now take a look at some well, it's not necessarily the miners or whatever, but okay, we had this move lower, we had this breakout, turned out to be a fake out, and now we moved back into this area again. It's not really a beautiful trending market for those reasons, but I think this has been a bigger correction, and I really still think there is more room to the upside for this one. We need to officially break out before we get a move. So it's not again. There were better trades at the beginning of the video when it comes to the indexes or especially some dollar related pairs. Interesting. Canadian, this is range, all range bound. This seems to be a support level that has some meaning. Yeah, I would consider this one if we see a pullback. And then zoom into the lower time frame. If the pullback is over, I would enter this trade. Not now, but yeah, I would. After that, I would definitely consider entering this trade. Australian, Canadian. What else? What do we have here? This huge consolidation. Again, we have this double bottom structure here in place. If it holds, and then finally, let's see where this is coming from. This is really a consolidating markets. We're really forming a strong bottom here, and it looks like if we get up, this is something I have on my radar already. I would consider taking long positions from here. So in terms of trading waves, yeah, I really consider getting into these moves for the long term, different than taking on some trades I told you guys in the beginning of the video. Okay, well, what else do we have here? This is interesting to trade this. Beautiful move lower, corrective, a breakout, then the correction after the breakout, then a trending phase to the upside, a break and a huge drop, and now again we are in this consolidating phase, and it kind of looks like we did an attempt to break out. Didn't really happen yet, so let's see if we have a double bottom, a fake out, and if we can find some support here. I'm officially bullish on this move, so yeah, I'm considering getting into the upside, and the profit target of course would be at the top of this this range where price is moving in. First around this area over here. So my first target 106 3 or 400, something like that, and if price holds and continues to move, there is more room to the 109 levels or the 108 and a half levels. Okay, well, 18 minutes, almost 19 minutes. Thanks for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, share, and also comment below, and I'll be happy to help you, and I'll see you in the next video.